If you want to build a respectable amount of muscle to your frame, then bulking is a must. There's no two ways around it. Sooner or later, you're gonna need to eat more and grow to really add muscle to your frame. So I'm gonna give you the basic guide to having a successful bulk. Follow these steps and I'm sure you'll be happy with the gains you make over time. Let's get into it. Step 1 is to enter what is known as a lean bulk. So anywhere from 200 to 500 calories over your maintenance. In other words, it's known as your TDEE, Total Daily Energy Expenditure. Basically, how much you need to eat every day to maintain your current weight. To find this out, there's many websites on Google that will tell you, depending on your age, your weight, your activity level, many factors, what your TDEE is. My advice, because they all slightly differ in the number they give you, go on about 5 or 6 of them, find out the numbers and try and find out the average of what your TDEE is. Then, when you have that number, like I said, eat 200 to 500 calories over that. Now, a big mistake you want to avoid is simply just eating too much over your maintenance. Something like 1,000 calories over your maintenance, that's just simply overkill. Now, doing that, you are going to gain a lot of weight and you are going to gain a lot of muscle, but it's a catch-22 because you're going to gain a lot of amount of fat doing that. So later on down the line, you're going to have to work extra hard to strip off all of that fat to reveal the muscle that you've built. And also during your bulk, you're just not going to look good. You're going to look pretty much out of shape because you've got an insane amount of fat on your body. So keep it small, 200 to 500 calories over your maintenance. Aim for about 1 to 2 pounds of weight gained per month. That's not much, but in the grand scheme of things, over a year, that's about 10 to 20 pounds of weight you've built slowly over time, ensuring you've built some quality muscle on your frame. The second step is to eat mostly whole foods in your diet. So don't fall into the trap of literally eating whatever you want. That's a big misconception that a lot of people have when starting training. You have to eat big to get big. There's some truth to that, but also you are what you eat. So if you're stuffing your face with McDonald's and KFC every day, yeah, you're gonna get the calories in and you are gonna gain weight. But those foods, they are missing a lot of the micronutrients you need for your general energy levels. So if you're eating fast food every day for your calories, you're just gonna feel like crap all day. You're gonna be lethargic and that's gonna affect your training because you're not gonna wanna push as hard compared to if you're eating a very clean diet. Now you don't have to be super strict with this and only eat chicken breast and broccoli all day. That's gonna drive you nuts. My approach to it would be something like a 90-10 split. So 90% of your foods are clean, whole foods, chicken, rice, potatoes, broccoli, pasta, if you can digest it, stuff that comes from the earth. And the last 10%, treat yourself. If you want a chocolate bar or if you want a pudding or fast food, you can eat that stuff. Just make sure it's a very small amount of your diet. You want your foods to give you energy during your bulk. You're gonna gain weight and naturally you're gonna wanna move less because your body is just heavier. So you really need to get those micronutrients in just for your general health and well-being. Step 3 would be to measure your body parts, take regular photos and videos of your body, and weigh yourself regularly throughout the weeks. You want to do this to keep an accurate track of your progress throughout the months of your bulk. In my opinion, the most important of these would be taking regular photos and videos so you can get a real objective view of how your body composition is changing. Way more than if you look in the mirror. Depending how you feel that day and many other factors going in your life, you can perceive yourself to look different from what you are. So getting photos and videos, like I said, you can get a real objective view of what you actually look like. In terms of weight on the scale, that should be at the bottom of your list. That does play an important role if you want to add some size to your frame. For example, if you're 130 pounds, no matter how much muscle you have or how lean you are, you'll never really be considered big. So you do need to add weight eventually over time to build muscle. But your main focus should be on your body composition throughout your bulk. You don't want to go completely out of shape. It's just gonna make more work for you in the long term. And also, measuring your body parts, that's quite simple. You wanna see how much your arms, your chest, your shoulders, whatever has grown throughout the bulk. And then eventually, when you do go on your cut, you wanna measure your body parts again to see how much you have grown since you started your bulk. Step 4, include liquid meals in your diet. If you're like me and you have a small appetite, then stuffing loads and loads of solid food in your face throughout the day, it is just quite mentally draining, and you're just not going to keep up with it on a long-term consistent basis. So liquid meals are your best friend. They're easy to make, easy to get down in a short space of time, and they are very calorie dense. Don't waste your money on buying mass gainers and things like that. They're full of sugars, they're full of fillers, artificial flavorings, loads of crap that you don't need in your body. And also, they can miss out on a lot of the micronutrients that your body needs. So you want to make them yourself. I've already made a video on this in the past. You can watch that if you want. But basically, when you're making your shakes, you want to include things like eggs, peanut butter, milk, if you can digest that, oats, bananas, dried fruit, things of that nature that taste nice and you can get down you easy. Making these shakes yourself is 1, way cheaper, and 2, way healthy. So liquid meals, get them in your diet. Step 5, aim for 0.8 grams all the way up to 1.25 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Now generally when you're bulking, you can eat a bit less protein because of the excess calories you're getting. Your body's using that for its functions and to rebuild the body after training, therefore allowing the protein to do its job and build the muscle. There's a lot of science online saying that this certain amount of protein is better, and then another study saying this amount of protein is better. But to play it safe, just aim for 1 gram per pound of body weight and you're covered on all bases in terms of protein intake there. Step 6 would be to take advantage of all the extra calories you are getting. Because you're entering a bulk, your recovery is going to be overpowered and you are going to be stronger. So during your training, you really want to push the intensity and really push the limits of your body and really take advantage of all this extra food you are eating. So you really want to go hard and push for PRs as often as you can. Whether that's rep PRs or weight PRs, take advantage of all this extra food, push the intensity very hard. Step 7 is don't skip on your calisthenics. A little bit of a personal bias here because I love calisthenics, but the heavier you get, the harder the calisthenics movements are. Because you're a heavier body weight, moving more weight is more difficult. Common sense. So if you're bulking and you are getting stronger on your calisthenics, you can guarantee that you're building some solid muscle on your frame and you are building a lot of strength at the same time. That's going to transfer over to your weight training also. Another pro of calisthenics while bulking, it's going to keep you in good condition. It's going to keep you in good general shape. A lot of the movements, they are hard compound movements. You're going to be gasping for breath, especially if you superset these movements. So don't skip out on your body weight movements. Really, in my opinion, you want to prioritize them during your bulk, but regardless whether you want to do more of that or more weight training, just include calisthenics. It's only going to benefit you in the long run. And the final step would be to add cardio into your routine. Adding cardio to your routine, you're not going to destroy all your muscle gains. That's a very outdated, old school concept. Quite simply, it just needs to die off. Doing cardio, especially during your bulk, is really going to benefit your heart and your lungs. It's going to keep you in general good shape. And also it's going to help with your general energy levels during your weight training sessions. Because you are getting bigger, you're adding pounds to your body, it's a lot for your body to take on. So you're going to feel a bit more lethargic than you was at a lighter body weight. So even just 1 day a week of cardio, it doesn't matter what type of cardio you do, as long as you're doing some sort of cardio, do one you can enjoy and that you stick with and keep it up throughout the weeks and months of your bulk.
Look at me! I can walk!
And that is the basic blueprint to bulking. Follow these steps and you'll have a successful bulk. So, with that being said, try it out for yourself, see how you go from there. Until next time, peace.